All right, what's up, y'all? Jerry here, and we are back with another daily live stream. And y'all see we got the jersey on already, man, because we're not wasting any time, man. We are in a fast puppy already. We are at the 101, and we are taking Jahmyr Gibbs. My goodness, no better way to start this live stream. Happy Friday, everyone. Some late night drafting, back to the night crew, and no better way to start. Like I said, with Jahmyr Gibbs. Happy to do it. Welcome, welcome. This tournament is about to close. I saw it's at 94% filled already. So might even fill tonight, if not pretty early tomorrow. So gonna be getting a few drafts in right here and might just get some wild rooms. If y'all didn't see, I was live with Mr. BBG earlier today. We ripped some fast puppies and man, we drafted 3 teams. They were all bangers. So hoping to repeat that here today. Solo dolo. And 101 off to a good start. We actually drafted 2 of our teams. We got pick 3, and Bijan fell to pick 3 both of those times. Now, in this draft, CMC gets pulled up to 3. Very, very interesting to see. And then 6 receivers off in a row with Jamar Chase, Puka, JSN, St. Brown, CD, and Jefferson. JT at 10, Hampton at 11. So wow. This draft is already very interesting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to drafting some of these fast puppies tonight and trying to catch some wild rooms, late night Friday. It's also just about to fill, so people typically get a little unique and weird around there. What's up, Nuketown Kid? How we doing? It's 2:41 a.m. Yeah, dog. We up late tonight. It's 11:42 where I am on the West Coast. Wow, dude. Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty. Dude, that's a fun start right there. My goodness. We're really going to have to keep an eye on how this team at 10 turns out after starting Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty. That is very, very nice for them. And we got the dog pound in here at 3. But that's not our boy Pat. That's a phony baloney dog pound. But yeah, we are back to streaming late tonight. We were live with BBG for like a little over 2 hours earlier. Definitely check that stream out if you haven't. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, absolutely banger teams. So we're trying to run it back tonight, capitalize on this late night plus EV with the contest about to fill. And let's see who we can get. Hopefully we can get some nice falling values, or maybe we're just a team that ends up doing things a little different. Bowers just goes. That would have been a lot of fun, but gonna take Nico, and then it's Smith or Rice. I'm gonna take 2 receivers right here. Nico for sure, and Devonta Smith, Rashee Rice. I did say on BBG stream that I am Smith over Rice, and I'm gonna kind of stick with that for now. I just really like Devonta Smith. I think with him as the lone alpha in Philly, I think he's just gonna be really good, man. Half point as well. Full point PPR, I think Rice definitely gets an edge right there. Javonte off at 26 is very interesting. This guy starting Bijan, Bowers, Javonte. And Rice falls all the way to 28. Chase, London, Rashee Rice. Some very, very strong starts in this draft. Brees Hall off at 29. But when I'm at 1 getting Jahmyr Gibbs, and I can just get 2 really strong receivers that I like, whether it's any really 2 of like Nico, Smith, Rice, Pickens, London, these guys that kind of go around this turn, they feel really strong. And it's one of my favorite ways to start the draft for sure. I also really like Jeremiah Love when I can get him, especially paired up with one of these more elite running backs because his playoff matchup is just so dang nice. And we're starting to see Malik Neighbors rise a bit again, too. Reportedly is going to avoid the training camp pup, which is certainly optimistic. And starting to see him go in the 3rd round again recently. Very interesting. Newtown kid saying, gotta say, you gotta be the luckiest person. You always get to pick number 1, getting Jahmyr Gibbs. I was really hot early in the offseason getting Jahmyr Gibbs. And it kind of cooled down a bit recently, but getting him mixed in a little bit more. I saw in the Eliminator specifically, I'm only at 6% Gibbs, and I've done 77 drafts. So I definitely am going to do a lot more Eliminators as well. But tonight, I think I might stick in the fast puppy just because the tournament's about to fill. Tet McMillan off at 39, Josh Jacobs 40, ETN 41. Seems pretty common for ETN to be falling to the middle of the 4th now. I think that's about right. Terry got pulled up to 37. And yeah, this team at 10, very, very nice team. Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty, T. Higgins, Tet McMillan. I really like all those players. Jalen Waddle off at 43, another guy who's been just really, really going up in value fast. Garrett Wilson been slipping a bit. He goes at 45. I would have loved to get Garrett Wilson on the way back. I've been trying to get a little lucky and get some late round 4 Garrett Wilson. Hasn't worked out for me too well yet, but I'm hopeful, man. I'm hopeful we can get some. Okay, DJ Moore goes. Very interesting. Now, do I want one of the running backs or lean into the receivers more? I'm going to take JMO, and then I think I might take Mike Evans as well. I've gotten these teams with one of these running backs a lot before as well, but let's go really strong at receiver. Mike Evans, it's a tricky click for me because just him being so much older, new team, has had great reports in camp thus far in the offseason, though. And maybe he's a little more motivated in a new environment. But I do really like Brock Purdy and where he goes in drafts. So I like mixing in some Mike Evans for that reason. And man, this team at 2 is very interesting to say the least. Bijan, Bowers, Javonte, DJ Moore, and then Lamar Jackson. Very interesting. They're getting their guys, though, getting unique. Team at 6 getting Devontae Adams at 54. Learn that BBG apparently hates Devontae Adams. And now me and BBG have a bet for the season for straight up fantasy points, Devontae Adams and Carnell Tate. I'm taking Devontae Adams. He's taking Carnell Tate. So we're betting a bigger board, $100 draft for next year. And I like my chances, man. I like Devontae Adams a lot more than Carnell Tate, personally. I think he's got one more year left in him. Okay. Brian Thomas off at 59. Carnell Tate there goes at 60. Tyler Warren, 61, too. Jordan Tyson, 62. The Tyler Warren click, it's a player I want to be in on. The price is just a little tough when I can get guys like Kyle Pitts 40 picks later. And the quarterbacks that go in round 6 just feel like really, really strong values. But I try and mix them in. And especially when he falls, when Tyler Warren falls to like the 6-7 turn, I'm very open to taking him there. Don't pull him up as much, though. Running back starting to go. Bucky goes at 63 in this draft. This is where I think he should be going. Like round 6 feels a lot better for Bucky. Price at 64. Jalen Warren 65. My boy P. Wash at 66. Man, me and BBG, we got Parker Washington at pick 80 in our first draft. It was incredible. Made me so happy. Marvin Harrison, 67. I'm trying to get in on Marv. I think I'm a little hesitant because he burned me last year. I was definitely overweight Marv last year, and that one kind of hurt. Now, 2 picks away, if I could get Jaden Daniels, that would be great. I would consider Drake May as well. Maybe even a Hertz Lemon, or we mix in some running backs. We could go with a Drake May Ramondre. Okay, Drake May goes. I'm taking Daniels. I really like Jane Daniels. And then it's Ramondre or Tony Pollard. Ramondre Stevenson or Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard definitely has a bigger hold on the backfield there and should just be pretty good. Ramondre could easily lose his job. So I think I'm going to lean Tony Pollard on this team as my second running back. Let's see if this guy took Drake May wanting Ramondre. Oh, very, very strange team. Lamar Jackson and Drake May. And then takes Blake Corum, 74. Okay. Go Bocop. Go Bocop. No offense to you, but thank you for your donation. Taking Blake Corum there at 74. Let's do a little recap of his team. Quarterbacks, he has Lamar Jackson, Drake May. Running backs, Bijan, Javonte, Blake Corum. DJ Moore as his only receiver, and then Brock Bowers. Maybe he knows something. Maybe he's from the future. But through 7 rounds, I have Jaden Daniels as my quarterback. Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, and Mike Evans. Actually, damn, I forgot I had Devonta Smith. Oops. I could have taken Jalen Hurts. I totally forgot that I had Devonta Smith, but you know what? Jaden Daniels is going to be a little more unique. And I also have 0 tight ends. So getting Chig at 144 is something we can hope to do. That would be a little bit of a fall, but happens pretty often. I'm definitely looking at Brock Purdy with my next pick. Then having Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy, I can stop at 2 quarterbacks pretty easily. And probably taking either another running back or receiver. Maybe a tight end, though. We'll see who comes to us. Receivers are starting to go. Cortland Sutton went at 75. This guy, Dog Pound, is also not afraid to get his guys. I agree with Nuketown Kid. If Mike Evans can stay healthy, he'll definitely bring some great value. But San Francisco, man, kind of spooks me a little bit with that just because of their history with some health stuff, you know? Maybe that electrical field is really going to get to Mike Evans this year. I hope he is practicing with a tinfoil laced Guardian cap. If we get the reports that Mike Evans is practicing with a tinfoil laced Guardian cap, I will be very in. And my goodness, Chuba Hubbard fall needs to be studied. I know Jonathan Brooks is the hype now, but he's still here at 92. Finally goes. Wow. Chuba Hubbard at 92. He is falling like a rock. So I don't think I'm going to be touching him at all. Pause. Until his price kind of settles. Because it definitely seems like him and Jonathan Brooks are going to flip-flop real soon. Fannin goes 94. Dowdle, please give me Dowdle, man. This is the guy. And he took Brooks. Let's go. So I think Brock Purdy and Rico Dowdle are just the 2 picks right here, rather easily. We have 4 good receivers already. We took Mike Evans. Let's get Brock Purdy. And then this guy takes Kenneth Gainwell. He's just getting his guys, man. I respect it. Just get your guys. Go on and do it. Thank you for your donation. And team at 4 has 3 quarterbacks already as well. Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes. These rooms are wild tonight, man. I definitely need to be capitalizing on these fast puppy rooms tonight. Might just be a great night for him. Nuketown Kid, like teammate until Pearsall. Let's see. Pearsall 89 is kind of tough. The Jalen Warren price at 65 is a little expensive, but nice values everywhere else. Igbuka has been getting steam like crazy. But I know Nuketown Kid is a Bucks fan, so I'm sure he's big on Igbuka as well. Yo, what's up, Jim? How we doing? Yeah, the Dowdle fall is nice right there. I am very happy with that. I picked 96. The Chuba could have been fun too, just for like uniqueness in this tournament specifically, because his fall is really just in the last few days, and this tournament's about to close, so you can get some really unique Chuba Hubbard teams right now. But this Dowdle at 96, really, really happy with that. And I have some BBMs actually with Dowdle in the 100s, which I feel great about. Really like Rico Dowdle this year. And really like how my team is coming together. We have Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy as our 2 quarterbacks. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle. And wide receivers, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, and Mike Evans. You know what? I'm okay with not taking Jalen Hurts, because I just realized we're kind of stacking up this San Francisco Philly week 17, and now we have Brock Purdy as our quarterback from that game, so we can diversify a little bit there. I think I'm looking at another running back here. Jordan Mason and Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt are the guys I like here. Wandale would also be a really nice fall. And I could consider pulling up my first tight end as well. But if we can get 2 of these 3 guys, I'll be very happy. I'm pretty out on Casey Concepcion. This guy only has 1 wide receiver. Please don't take Wandale. Oh, come on. I mean, I can't really blame him. He has 1 wide receiver. I'm going to take JCM, a nice little Washington team stack as well. Could look at my first tight end here too. Or I take a 5th running back. Or a wide receiver. I could be interested in a wide receiver. I already have 4 running backs. Casey Concepcion, Do I just take my guy Shaheed? Do I take Diggs, saying maybe Diggs signs to the Commanders? No, I'm taking Shaheed because Shaheed's on the thumbnail today. So I'm just going to get my guy, Rashid Shaheed. I love me some Rashid Shaheed. I kind of totally forgot what I put as the title and thumbnail for this, but talking about Spike Week guys and drafting the right ones, man. Rashid Shaheed is just, he's one of my favorite players, man. I'm not afraid. Oh my goodness, this guy next to me takes Isaac Tesla at 122. Oh my God. I would have loved to get Wandale instead of Shaheed, but I'm real happy with Shaheed, and I'm kind of hoping Chig will fall back to me. I believe maybe this is a team where I even get a little weird and take like a Treylon Burks or something, you know? But team feels really strong. We have Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy as our 2 quarterbacks. I'm going to stop there at 2 for sure. Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, and Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt, 4 running backs feel really, really strong right there. Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Jamison Williams, Mike Evans, Rashid Shaheed. Love my 5 wide receivers. So I'm really hoping to get some tight end values to fall to me, because if I do, then this team will feel very strong. And I'm probably just going to take 2 with my next 2 picks as well, because I think receivers and running backs are pretty dry right here. I don't think I need like a Woody Marks, and none of these receivers really do too much for me. Although Travis Hunter could be fun as a week 17 bring back with Washington. So he's one that I might consider. And I'm not looking at a third quarterback. So happy with this. Jim agreeing with us on Shaheed, second highest drafted receiver. Yeah, he is my number 1 drafted receiver. I have 30% Rashid Shaheed. I really like him, man. Pretty much since day 1 of like the big board, he was going in like the 150s, and I was hammering that pick. Him, Josh Downs, those were 2 guys going in like the 150s. I was taking in every draft I could. Travis Hunter, man, I have a difficult time getting there with him. Just he's not going to be a full-time player on offense. I know he's just really talented, and I want to mix him in as well. It would be a good team to do it on. But Brenton Strange is also week 17 correlation with Washington. I know Chig and Strange have the same bye week. I don't care. Actually, the last Best Ball Mania I drafted 3 tight ends with a week 7 bye. Wow, Chig and Strange both go. Hate to see it. Okay, this is getting thin. The missile is still here. Do we take the missile and just be done at 5 running backs? We could be. Juwan Johnson gets taken even though. Wow. I think I am going to take Travis Hunter on this team. I think it makes sense with the receivers that we have. I like it. You know, talking about spike week players, this is pretty much Travis Hunter, what you're drafting him for, just a spike week. And now, do I want to be done at running back, or do I want to take Gadsden? Keaton Missile or Rondé Gadsden? I'm going to take Gadsden, I think. I think I'll feel better about just getting my first tight end. The reason being is I don't want to box myself out of other value later in the draft. Wow, Calvin Ridley 146. This guy is just unhinged tonight. But that's one thing I talked about with BBG, is not trying to, lock myself out of positions and getting value later in the draft, and just building the strongest overall team. The way we've seen tight ends go, just locking up Gadsden right here as my 1 feels great. And with how strong the rest of my team is, I'm stopping at 5 running backs almost certainly. 2 quarterbacks I'm going to be done at. I could even go 7 wide receivers, and I can take 4 tight ends if I want. This honestly might be a 4 tight end team with how strong it is everywhere else. I'm not afraid. What's up, little Dallas Cowboy? Can we replace Dak with Baker, Mac, Dillon, Arch, Scoresby? It's a fantasy show, but sorry, bro. We need a quarterback 1 to win. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you can get your quarterback. Jim saying he's at 24. Wasn't expecting me to have more. Yeah. 30%. I believe it's still 30. And we have done 365 drafts in this format. And yeah, 30%, 29.9. Rashid Shaheed. And number 2 is Parker Washington. Love me my JMO. I'm a little worried about my Godwin exposure. Just because, like, I don't know, man. Is he just old? The thing is, though, he's being reported as healthy coming into training camp for the first time in 2 years. And if he can stay healthy, I think he can still have another year or 2 left in him. Love Michael Pittman, Jaden Reed. I really like the upside of T. Higgins. I love Trey Tucker, Ted McMillan. I am pretty high on Adams, Debo, St. Brown. Love St. Brown, Devonta Smith, Ryan Flournoy. I actually quite like most of the receivers that I'm heavier on this year. There's a couple that I might need to slow down a bit on. But let's hop back into this fast puppy. It is nice being at the one. We have a little bit of extra time in between picks. So if we want to go look at some exposures and stuff, we can mix that in. But yeah, I've done a lot of drafts, 365 in this, and I've done 77 eliminators. So pretty good sample size. I would say though my exposures overall are pretty smooth for the most part. And a lot of my receiver values are going to be a little inflated just because I draft a lot of teams like this where I have really strong receivers and I like to feel good at that position. Now, tight end, running back, receiver. Brian Robinson is an option, but I think I would rather take my 7th receiver and one more tight end. I'm taking AJ Barner for sure. I don't think I need to get another tight end here. I think I would prefer to get wide receiver number 7 and Flournoy or Debo is who I want. I'm kind of leaning towards Debo, and I think I'm going to do that. Let's take Debo Samuel on this team. Rumors that he might return to San Francisco as well. And you know what? He might return to Washington too. So having Washington and San Francisco, getting Debo, he might go to either team. You know, we can make a case there. Could go to the Rams, could go to the Ravens. There's some options, but I think when he signs, he's going to steam up in value. Oh my goodness, Elijah Surratt, 170. This guy is unhinged next to me. And now I'm very confidently done at 7 receivers with Nico, Devonta Smith, Jamo, Evans, Shaheed, Travis Hunter, and Debo. Getting Hunter and Debo on the same team feels pretty solid to me as well. So I like how this team's coming together. And now I'm really hoping that some tight ends continue to fall to me because I have Gadsden and Barner. I'm kind of hoping Gadsden, takes a second year step up. When you really think about the competition they brought in, is it that is it that bad? Like David Njoku and Charlie Kolar. David Njoku's going undrafted in most drafts now. Charlie Kolar is only being drafted by people using the sidekick. And Mike McDaniel, new offensive coordinator, has featured tight ends, made Darren Waller look great again. So maybe we're overthinking the Gadsden price a little bit. I've been buying in a little bit more on Gadsden recently. Now, we needed to take one more running back as well, maybe even 2 with how late we've pushed it now. Flournoy is still there too. Wow. I like seeing the tight ends still available. Would love a Terrence Ferguson on this team. Looking at potential running backs. I might even just take my guy. Might take my guy, Kalen Black, right here. Pull him up. We can take 6 running backs too. I don't think I'm going to need 4 tight ends, but it's either going to be 4 tight ends or 6 running backs. So one or the other. And we're seeing some of these tight ends go. So I'm hoping to get one of T-Ferg, Otten, or Freiermuth. And then I'm going to take Kalen Black next. We had the San Francisco correlation, so why not? K. Otten off the board would really like a T-Ferg fall right here. Trey Harris is still available too. ADP of 166, still here at 188. And I think after we finish this, we need to take a look at this team next to us and how it turned out. And then we also need to take a look at pick 10. My goodness, we just got wiped out at tight end. Okay, this might actually have to be a 4 tight end team now. With how bad my last 2 tight ends are going to be, it might be a 4 tight end team. Yeah, I think it is. And I'm not afraid to take Kalen Black as my 5th and just be a little thin right there, especially when I have Jahmyr Gibbs. We're making a big bet on him. But yeah, tight ends got wiped out right here. So I'm going to take Kalen Black, and then I'm also going to take Colby Parkinson. I mean, he plays for the Rams, and I expect him to get touchdowns. So when I'm taking 4, might as well. I can also take Jake Tongas. Maybe we play this as Kittle, has some injury history this year as well. And Jake Tongas just ends up being the guy. I think that's the move. Might as well just take another piece of San Francisco. Why not? Jayden Daniels, we only ended up getting Corey Cross-Merritt stacked with him, which isn't really the best value, but better than nothing. And we really just drafted Jayden for the rushing upside. So I'm happy with that. We got Jayden Daniels and Brock Purdy as our 2 quarterbacks. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, Jacory Cross-Merritt, and Kalen Black. Receivers, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, Mike Evans, Rashid Shaheed, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, and then Aronde Gadsden, AJ Barney, Colby Parkinson as our tight ends. And yeah, I'm going to take a tight end 4 on this team. And looking back, would I have preferred to take Keaton Missile or Aronde Gadsden? Seeing how boxed out we ended up getting at tight end, I think I'm happy that I took Gadsden and just locked in one guy that has a lot of upside. So I think that was the right decision. I really like this receiver room as well. It's coming together. Very soft room too. There's at least one donator. Let's look at this guy next to us. Gobo Cop. He has Bijan, Bowers, Javonte, DJ Moore, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Blake Corum, Jonathan Brooks, Kenneth Gainwell. And then he started to get his receivers. Wandale, Isaac Tesla, Juwan Johnson, Calvin Ridley, Tank Dell, Elijah Surratt, Brennan Thompson, and then Jaden Blue. I mean, he's doing him, man. Not caring about ADP today. He's drafting with proper structure. Just, getting his guys. And wow, this team at 10 might have fumbled the bag. They had the really nice start with Jonathan Taylor and Ashton Genty, but I'm seeing that they finished with 3 tight ends, and their tight ends are Schultz, Gunnar Helm, and Stowers, which I don't love that tight end room. Higgins, McMillan, Watson. Bucky at 63 is really nice, though. Herbert, unstacked, Downs, Pittman. Really, really nice values at receivers. So this guy's team's actually really sick. Keaton Missile at 159. Holy shit. This guy's team is sick except for his tight ends. But if there's one position you can be weak at, it's tight end. And wow, Aaron Rodgers is still here. Aaron Rodgers is still here in round 18. No one wants him. Carson Beck just got drafted before Aaron Rodgers. This guy, Dog Pound, already has 4 quarterbacks in Bo Nix, Tyler Shuck, Deshaun Watson, and Shedeur Sanders. Oh my God. Is he going to take a 5th? Please take 5. Just do it. It'd be so funny. And he takes Vele. Is Gobocop going to take him? No. So, wow. Aaron Rodgers is still here at pick 216. And I mean, I have Rico Dowdle, but I'm not interested in a third quarterback. I'd rather just take my dart throw on Jake Tongas with Brock Purdy, and Aaron Rodgers can go undrafted in this pod. Very interesting. So Daniels, Purdy at quarterback, Gibbs, Pollard, Dowdle, JCM, Kalen, Black, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Jamison Williams, Mike Evans, Rashid Shaheed, Travis Hunter, Debo Samuel, and then Gadsden, Barner, Colby Parkinson, Jake Tongas. Gross tight ends, but honestly, I think it kind of works. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. What's up, Snoopy? How we doing? Great to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Jackson? What's the last round Hail Mary pick you've been mixing in recently? I mean, for me, for a while, it's been Kalen Black. And I think it is a pretty good Hail Mary pick because I think he has a good chance of winning the number 2 job in San Francisco. And if something does happen to Christian McCaffrey, then Kalen Black can be a league winner. Like, straight up. A lot of ifs right there, but that's why it's a Hail Mary throw. And around like 17, 18, I like mixing that in. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I still take CMC, though. I'm not full fading him, but that's my guy. And before I hop into another draft, I want to show you guys this BBM that I drafted last night. And man, I've done 118 BBMs. I've been going hard. But dude, I got sniped so hard on my stacks with pretty much this whole draft. But I want to see if y'all think I landed the plane with these back stacks. So I had Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, Jeremiah Love, Dave Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, Emmett Johnson, Kalen Black. So we got, the Chiefs backup. We got the 49ers hopeful backup. And then receivers, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison, Debo Samuel. And then we got Dejon Stribling, the rookie for San Francisco, and Tyquan Thornton, the number 3 for Kansas City. So our last 4 picks were stacked with our quarterback and maybe even Debo if he comes back. And then tight ends, Kincaid, Chig, Gadsden, 3 week 7 buys. Don't care. But yeah, we were getting sniped all over, man. Like let's take a look. Where was it? I was really hoping for Kittle to stack with Purdy, and I was also hoping for Kelsey to stack with Mahomes. They both went just before us. So we ended up getting Kincaid, Chig, and Gadsden. And then there was some stuff later in the draft too. Yeah. Right after I took Purdy, Ricky Pearsall went. So I was hoping for the Ricky Pearsall on the way back. Settled for Mahomes. But hey, our boy Garage says we landed the plane. So we will take that. And man, you and BBG were live for a while. I wanted to start my lives from a little early, but I didn't want to step on the toes at all. So yeah, you guys crushed it. I was live with BBG earlier too. Really, really fun time. And let's hop in another fast puppy. If you want to get in, we're hopping in right now, waiting for 5. Definitely some good EV as we saw in that last draft. Hey, appreciate you, Snoopy. Love watching you so far, improving your best ball mindset a ton. Hey, I appreciate hearing that. So used to redraft thinking. Yeah, it's definitely a different way of thinking. And underdog is definitely a lot of fun. Gets a little addicting, So in this draft, we get pick 7. If y'all are in here, let me know. Looks like we got Jackson in here. Jalapeno Jenkins, I see, at pick 9. If you're in here, definitely let me know. Yo, what's up, nerd? How we doing? Great to see you in here. Garage just did his first 2 Badge Bro brawls. Way too much fun. Okay, well, I'll show you mine. I did this one last night, and unfortunately, this one might get canceled. And I'll show you why. I think one guy just fucking raged it. Where is it? Oh, 6 mans. Badge Bros Brawl. Look at this team. Hurts, Herbert, Dak, Dart, 4 quarterbacks. Running backs Bijan, James Cook, Omarion Hampton, and Devon Achan. Receivers CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Malik Neighbors, Ted McMillan, Jameson Williams, Parker Washington, and then Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts, Dalton Kincaid, Dallas Goedert. Maybe I could have gotten one less tight end or quarterback and gotten a 7th receiver or 8 receivers, but it feels really strong, especially with Bijan, Cook, Hampton, Achan, and still having CD. Pretty nutted. But this one might get canceled because this one guy fucking raged in here, dude. Where is he? This one guy raged and just threw his team. Yeah. This guy just drafted a bunch of shitters at the end. He started his draft completely normal. Like, look at his receivers, all completely normal, and then realized he was fucking it up and there was other good teams and just took a bunch of guys going undrafted. And man, look at this elite awareness. We come back just in time to make our pick. I'm just going to take CMC at 7. We'll play it a little simple on this one. Yeah, fancy nerd saying this one's getting canceled. Dude, that's what sucks. Like, it was normal for the first half, and then this guy just decided to like tank it, which sucks because all the value that I got and why my team was like so crazy having 4 sick running backs and Lamb. That guy was drafted normal at that time. Like, you weren't getting he wasn't drafting like an idiot, so you weren't getting players to fall in the important part just at the end to try and throw the draft, which really sucks, and I hope it's not. But yeah, that's my one Badge Bros Brawl team. Might get canceled. Don't even know if I'll do more because, as Garage said, man, they are a little addicting. And holy, CD Lamb, Justin Jefferson at the turn. Genty is still there. Is Genty and Taylor going to go together again like the last draft? Our boy Jalapeno Jenkins in here at 9 takes Jonathan Taylor and gets Genty again. Wow. What is going on tonight, man? Back-to-back drafts. We see JT and Genty. Am I missing something? I don't know. But I'm going to take whatever running back is here. Chase Brown or Achan. Chase Brown goes. Let's just take Achan. Take him with CMC. Feels very fragile. Both of these guys could absolutely smash. Both of them could be complete busts. But hey, I'm willing to do it, man. Also, we see St. Brown here at 5 over JSN. And shout out to BBG because that's his take. He said it straight up. He's taken St. Brown over JSN. And we are in a fast puppy. Yeah, we are in a fast puppy. This is number 2. And both drafts, man, Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty. In both drafts. What is going on? Although I got Gibbs in the last one. That's why we got the jersey. So I can't really complain. Wow, Snoopy has done, or sorry, Game Tight, sorry, has done 100 fast puppies. How many in this contest am I? I think like 25 maybe. I can't see here. I think 25-ish. I have 126 left. So yeah, this is number 24. This is Fast Puppy number 24. I've pretty much done all of them on stream except for 1 or 2. Snoopy asking who we've seen fall the most in round 1 or early round 2. Jonathan Taylor's been falling a bit. JSN has been falling quite a bit. And I don't know, risers. I think people are just getting bored and getting weird. That's the thing. There's not really any standout risers. Trey McBride goes, so dang. We missed out on the tier of guys I like to get, and Zay Flowers is just my favorite pick right here. So I'm going to take Zay Flowers at 31. Devonta Smith goes at 28. This guy is starting real nice. Puka, Bowers, Devonta Smith, real nice. And one riser, man. This Emeka Egbuka team is getting out of control. All the time I'm seeing him go early 3, and I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not for me, man. I'll take him like, back end of the 3 to just get a little bit more exposure, but it's a little excessive for me there. Although I know he was like a top 5 receiver before he got injured, but it just feels a little rich. Yeah, I just got JT at 10. That's happened in the last couple drafts, it seems like. And paired with Hampton is, a pretty unique combination. We see Hampton go at 8 in this draft. So, yeah, as this contest is filling, we are still at 94%. We're going to see people just get pretty weird trying to get unique combinations that haven't been drafted because it's a time box contest. And give me Tet. Come on now. I'm really into Tet this year. He gets taken, unfortunately. It is usually just Garrett Wilson for me right here. The Waddle steam has been real as well, but I'm just going to take Garrett. It's a bet on talent. Just to put it simply, we're going to bet on talent and get Garrett Wilson on this team. A little Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane, Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson. Interesting start. I think it's pretty fun. Yeah, it's fun to pull up different players in general just to get some uniqueness. What's my Zay Flowers exposure? Seen on my team like 70% of times you've tuned in. Yeah, you're not the first person to say that, but surprisingly, my Zay Flowers exposure is not that high. I will pull it up. I have 12.6%. Not that crazy. Let's see in Best Ball Mania. Okay, Best Ball Mania, actually, I have 17.8. So much higher in BBM. But I'm not feeling too bad about that, to be honest. I definitely don't want more than 20. But just in this third round, man, in this third round, it feels like such a gross range. Like after Devonta Smith goes, Trey McBride, sometimes I like taking him. It just kind of depends if he can fit my team or not. But Zay Flowers, like I'm getting tired of saying it a little bit. I feel like I say it all the time, but 1,200 yards last year, with a down year from Lamar, banged up, injured, Snoop Huntley playing at quarterback. He quietly crushed it, man. And only 5 touchdowns. He got 2 touchdowns in his first game. Dude, give me JMO, please. Let's go. JMO 55. I know Zay Flowers. We want Lamar Jackson with Zay Flowers, but we ran into the same scenario with BBG. When we took Zay Flowers, we were on the clock round 5. Devontae Adams was still there. If Adams is still there, if JMO's still there, I'm breaking the tide towards the receiver because it's a tier break for me. And I have a lot of Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson as it is. I don't need to force it in every draft. And who knows? Maybe there's a chance Lamar comes back at 66. If so, this might be my greatest draft of all time. I'm not even like joking. Even though I don't necessarily love Achane, the value alone will be incredible. Okay, dreams crushed. Lamar Jackson goes at 62. Not too surprising. Parker Washington also off at 61. Y'all know I love some P-Wash. Who would I be interested in taking? I mean, we were talking about Tyler Warren in the last draft. Could take Marvin Harrison as a receiver as well. Tyler Warren even goes. None of these quarterbacks stack for me. I don't think I need to reach on any of these running backs. Let's just take Marv right here. I think it makes sense. Just take another receiver. Started 2 running backs, getting 4 straight receivers now. Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson, JMO, and Marvin Harrison. Feels pretty strong. So we'll see what we can do at quarterback and tight end. And we're probably going to start to see this quarterback avalanche go. Yeah, there it is. Hurts, May, Caleb. To no surprise. Burrow even. Yeah, this happens all the time, man. The guy with Jamar Chase did get Joe Burrow on the way back. I swear, whenever I get Jamar Chase, I never get Joe Burrow on the way back. But every other draft I'm in, it seems like it happens. Jaden off the board, and wow, this guy is nice. Jackson kind of crushing it here at 1 with Terry McLaurin at 48, and then Jaden Daniels at 72. Loveland as well. Jackson's kind of crushing it. Now, starting to see these running backs go as well. Who am I going to be looking at? I'm not taking Chuba here when we've seen him just go in the 90s now. Mekhi Lemon would be a lot of fun, especially with San Francisco. Get a little San Fran Philly if he falls. Although this guy with Hurts is drafting right in front of us. So highly doubt we would get him. And he goes off the board at 76 anyways. So, do I get a little weird and pull up a running back? Quentin Johnston is at the top of ADP. We could take QJ, or I pull up a running back, is what I'm thinking. Let's just take QJ. Maybe we get Herbert on the way back. I'm not really expecting it, but let's just lean into receiver a little more. And we have Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane. I feel very happy with that. I might even just get a little weird with my next pick if we don't get Herbert. The guy who has Ladd also has Lamar Jackson. So maybe, okay, well, Herbert goes at 82 unstacked. So I don't think you ever get Herbert to fall anymore, man. It just never happens. I'm queuing up Brock Purdy because I might just take him with my next pick. Although if Tucker Kraft is still there, I think I would take Tucker Kraft. But Brock Purdy, I think stacks pretty well with Christian McCaffrey. And we can get a lot of more back stacks later with Purdy. And I just like the value on him. Quarterbacks have also been going pretty high in this draft. But, I mean, if Tucker Kraft is there at 90, I think I have to take Kraft. I don't have a lot of Kraft either. See what this guy does. Takes Pittman. Yeah, I'm just going to take Kraft. We'll take the falling value. Also opens up another quarterback for us. So let's try it out, man. We'll try this out. Maybe Purdy can still fall to us. I would doubt it. But we also have Goff available. We have Jordan Love available. And even as a third quarterback late, we can get Geno or we can get Jacoby Brissett. So we have options. I'm always going to take the falling guys and try and land the plane around that. Seeing these running backs go too, I like Harvey and I like Dowdle. Jonathan Brooks, man, 94. Holy. Snoopy asking our thoughts on ETN, seeing a lot of people fading. Yeah, I'm I'm one of those people as well. He kind of scares me a little bit. I just, yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't have the most in-depth reason for it. It doesn't feel great. It feels a little expensive. I don't think Kamara is going to be nothing. Although Kellamore offense is always enticing. I'll mix him in here and there. I'm pausing drafting him for now. So that's where I'm at on him. And okay, Monangai goes. I was going to say I would try and push quarterback even more to get Monangai. If I want Goff, I think I might have to take him now. Although, honestly, I don't think anyone should take Goff. St. Brown's on the other side. Do I take Dart first? Try and backstack Dart? Sure. Let's take an upside swing. See if we can think this through a little bit and getting Goff on the way back, because the St. Brown drafter is on the other side of me, and so is the Sam Laporta drafter. You know, people are getting weird in this lobby, taking some naked quarterbacks like Justin Herbert, but two of these guys already have two. Jalapeno Jenkins is a sharp drafter. I don't think he would take a naked Jared Goff, but he has Jaden Reed and he has Jordan Addison. So probably going to look at Kyler or Love with his pick. And then the guy next to me has Josh Allen already. So do you really want to take a naked Jared Goff with Josh Allen? I don't know. Interesting play by this guy here at 11, who has Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, and then goes with Kelsey and Andrews early to stack up both of them. Not the worst thing. And Jared Goff is still there for us, one pick away. So is Jordan Love. So we do get Jared Goff on the way back. I'm going to take him here, lock up our second quarterback. I'm happy with the way I played that. I would much rather have Jackson Dart than I would Jordan Love, especially unstacked. Even with Tucker Kraft, I'd rather have an unstacked Jackson Dart. And then Jared Goff gives us just a nice safety blanket and floor. We can stop at two quarterbacks if we want to, or get a little bit more. But we also need to catch up at running back. We still only have CMC and Achane. But hey, these could both this could be running back 1 and running back 2 this year. And we shouldn't be too surprised. The realist 69 in the fifth spot. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing a nice job on your team. Yeah, there you are, the realist 69. St. Brown is a fun team, a fun way to start. AJ Brown as well, a little Browntown action. And yeah, I'm liking it. Drake May, AJ Brown stacked up as well. Waddle, Adams, Kyron. Yeah, really, really strong. It's actually kind of really fucks. Yeah, your team is sick. Harvey, Monangai, Mason, just getting that this little pocket of running backs I quite like. JCM goes, that sucks. I would have loved to get JCM. And that guy just drafted his 6th running back already when he only has 3 receivers and 0 tight ends. Very interesting. But I am quite in on JCM this year. As the offseason goes on more and more, I'm kind of just buying in more and more. And dude, this guy at 4 is fucking crushing his team as well. Gets Matthew Golden at 117 and then the Jordan Love fall at 124. I would have taken Jordan Love if he was still there. Tyler Shuck is still here, but am I interested in Shuck? No. I think I would rather go C-Rod. It's C-Rod or Tracy for me. And I'm going to... Actually, no. We have Jackson Dart, so let's go Tyron Tracy. Let's get the little Giants correlation there. Dart and Tracy. It's something. Tracy catches passes. And if something happens to Scat, Wheels up. Yeah, appreciate you, man. I have been grinding. We're grinding these streets, out here late at night too. It's 12:40 a.m. And hey, shout out to all you in here, all y'all watching as well. Appreciate you, man. Spending the last of your Friday night with me. Appreciate it big time. And hopefully we can all draft some real shippers. Because man, these rooms are pretty soft tonight. And I think it's compounded because it is also just about filled the contest. Like, let's see. I think I have to refresh actually to see, but let's refresh, see how full this contest is. Oh gosh, I don't want to see errors pop up. 94.1%. So it looks like it'll fill tomorrow probably, but this weekend for sure. So getting in some of these now feels quite good. And we're 3 picks away. We have a 2-3-5-1. Definitely need more running backs. Malik Willis is still here, and I do have Achane if we want to stack them up. I don't know if it's necessary, though. I think I would rather take Goddard and even be done at 2 tight ends if I want. Okay, he goes. Never mind. Dreams crushed. Missile, skid marks, Willis. We took QJ. Let's take Missile. We passed on the Missile in the last draft, and we have QJ as well. So might as well take a pair of Chargers on this team. Game Tight asking if we got in the Frenchies today. I did not. No. I wasn't really able to draft while the first one was going on, and that one filled really quick. And then I did see they dropped the second one. I think that one is probably filled already as well. Did it? But I don't know. I wasn't too interested in them. And I know I've spoken about like no min cash as well. They had all the money in the finals, which I do like, but for like an $80 buy-in, honestly, I kind of want a little bit of min cash. At least like half of my money for the min cash if I'm spending that much. But I would rather wait until they drop like the Bulldog 2 and draft those $75 teams where I can win more money up top as well. But I like the low final structure. So they definitely have that going for them. Big fan of the low finals. Yeah, it filled fast. I saw the first one was like just under 700 entrants. Which yeah, I guess like late July that'll fill pretty quick. Yeah, both of them filled quick. I like that Underdog is experimenting with a lot more different types of side contests this year. Although I haven't done most of them, but I like that they're doing them. The only Frenchies that I've even done are like the single entry ones, except for the one that they did today because I didn't even really have the opportunity to draft it this time. Nerd wants the Frenchie Eliminator. That was your favorite. Yeah, I think that one was the one with pods, right? Instead of head to head. I'm going to take Brenton Strange. Darnold is still here. I don't need him though. I'd rather take Strange. Would I? Yes, I would. But Frenchie Eliminator, I didn't do any of just because I want to max the actual Eliminator. And I'd rather just, if I'm going to do an Eliminator draft, I'd rather just spend my time and money doing the one I want to max anyways. So I've been a little bit more picky with my contest selection this year. And I've done less of the side contest because of it. Like even the pug that they had recently, the 3 max $12, I decided to sit that one out. I'm like, I don't need to do it. Don't need to dip my toes in all these drafts. I got my bankroll too that I want to respect. And I have, yeah, more than enough budget for maxing BBM, maxing the eliminator. Want to do some more DK millies as well. And still got some big dog. I got some money for a big dog too. So, Realist 69 saying appreciated the guy who pulled up Coleman 20 spots early. Oh my god, dude. That's wild. Yeah, there have been some pretty crazy draft rooms tonight. Yeah, 2 out of 3 every week instead of 1v1. Yeah, those ones are interesting. Like the first time they had the eliminator, I think 2 years ago, they had that same structure and it was fun, man, for the pods. Isaiah Pacheco, big faller. Bryce Young goes. I think I'm going to take Debo right here, though, as my wide receiver 6. I quite like Debo. Happy to draft him. I don't think I need a Pacheco on this team. I do have Goff. So we're betting on some Lions, but the running backs who are going to be there at the next turn. And even in round like 17, 18, they're really not that different of a bet. Like Isaiah Pacheco might get a little more standalone value compared to those guys. But I think on this team, getting Debo as our 6th makes me pretty confident that I can stop at 7. And I have some ideas. I have some ideas on what I can do with this team and how to land this plane. Also, Jackson Dart, he has so many options that you can take round 18. Like you could take like 3 different receivers and like a tight end all on like Giants. So very backstackable. And I'm sure we're going to mix in some very late Jackson Dart stacks. Kenyon Sadiq finally goes at 170. I'm pretty out on him. If y'all were listening to the stream we did with BBG, we talked about some Kenyon Sadiq, and he might just be the next Eric Ebron. You never know, man. It might just happen. Okay, Alvin Kamara goes 172. I would have really liked if he came back to us. So that's unfortunate. Still some nice values at tight end if I want to take a third tight end here, which I just might take Barner. It's Barner or Judy. Mendoza goes, Adonai Mitchell is here. Not interested on this team. I think I take Judy. I can push tight end. There's literally no running backs worth taking right here. So we'll take Judy. It looks like I'm probably done at 2 quarterbacks as well. Unless I want to take Geno as a third. It's either I get 3 quarterbacks or 3 tight ends. I'm not doing both. Although this could be a 3-5-7-3, honestly. Because Tucker Kraft might start off a little slow as well. I have Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson, JMO, Marv, QJ, Debo, and Judy as my 7 receivers. I'm probably good at 7. Running backs, CMC, Achane, Tyron Tracy, Keaton Missile. I mean, it would be thin to stop at 5. 6 would be more comfortable, but we're trying to draft like we're right as well. Dart and Goff. They have early bye weeks, though. Maybe I could mix in a third quarterback and third tight end. We'll see. Yeah, see you in the playoffs, Realist. And we like to thank people for their donations. And yeah, I think we did book our ticket advancing this one. Now, if AJ Barner's still there, okay, Jalapeno Jenkins takes him. Very, very nice pick right there. Greg Dulcich is still here. Gunnar Helm, Kate Otten. Pat Fryermuth. There's some tight ends. Hmm. Dulcich is kind of interesting. I do have Achan. Hmm. I'm gonna take Ray Davis. Gonna take Ray Davis as my fifth running back. I think he's one that I could just feel confident stopping at 5 with and betting that, maybe James Cook doesn't stay fully healthy this year. Or we can still take number 6. The reason I pass on Dulcich is really just because I'm more than happy taking Theo Johnson round 18 to stack up with Dart, especially when I have Kraft and Strange. And looking at the running backs, it's really thin, really dry. So I might as well just take the guy that I actually want on this team in Ray Davis. And looking at quarterbacks, if I do want a third, Gino and Brissett, I have both of these guys as options. And then if I want a third tight end, I can take that round 18. So taking the running back first to me just made the most sense because even if I miss out on one of these quarterbacks, like Gino just goes, and if Brissett goes too, it's not the end of the world. I'll just take a sixth running back because I still have that open as well. Or I just take Cade Otton or Pat Fryermuth. Sanka asking if I have a lot of QJ. I do not. I'm definitely underweight. I think I might be around like 6 or 7% if I had to guess. So if Jacoby Brissett is there, I think it makes sense just to take him. Why not? Pat Fryermuth is there as well, but looking at third tight end, I don't think Theo Johnson is a bad click, and it is a stack with Dart. So let's take Brissett, stack him up with Marv as our third quarterback, and Jackson Dart, Jared Goff. They both have early bye weeks, so maybe Jacoby Brissett can just help cover for the bye weeks, and who knows? Maybe Dart even just gets a couple concussions again, and Jacoby can help fill in the meantime. Pat Fryermuth goes, so we have one more pick. I think it's going to be Theo Johnson, and we're going to end up with a 3-5-7-3. Running backs might be a little thin, but honestly, when I'm starting CMC and Achan, these guys should carry my team. They should just absolutely carry. So I'm going to lean into that. We're going to draft like we're right. And then Tracy stacked up with Dart is pretty fun. And then just upside swings. Ray Davis, Keaton Missile, pure upside swings. It's thin, but it's a fun way to play it. One pick away. It's going to be Theo Johnson, round 18 to end this team. I like it. We have a 3-5-7-3, Jackson Dart, Jared Goff, Jacoby Brissett for our three quarterbacks. Running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achan, Tyrone Tracy, Keaton Missile, and Ray Davis. Receivers, Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnston, Deebo Samuel, and Jerry Jeudy, with Tucker Kraft, Brenton Strange, and Theo Johnson as our tight ends. Feels, strong. I'm happy with our 7 receivers. I'm happy with our 3 tight ends, 5 running backs. Feels thin, but our top 2 are carrying us. And then 3 quarterbacks feel really strong. All 3 are well stacked too. So very happy with how it's turned out. Now we're going to hop in another draft as well. But if you've not done so already, do me a favor. Go down, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Even if you're not new, subscribe because a lot of people are coming back to watch without subscribing. So you might as well hit that button. don't go live at the same time every day either. So turn the bell on, but we go live every single day. And we're out here grinding, man, having a great time doing it, drafting great teams as we see right here and in the first draft as well. So trying to get to 500 subs before the start of the NFL season. I think we can do it, man. Let's hop in another fast puppy. We're 4, waiting for 4. If you can get in, get in. Yeah, what's up, Clutch Game? With the Holland shout out. Yeah, shout out Erling Holland, man. We love Holland around here. Sam Grant with the salutations. Hey, welcome, welcome. We get pick 11. Jackson back in here. Drafted a great team in the last draft. If you're in here, definitely let me know. The Realist is in here as well. And we got them close to us. Harry the Hammer, I recognize from the last draft too. So, man, all the people in the chat right next to us might be a little tough. What's up looks familiar too. But also the other draft just ended. So a lot of people might just hop in another one. Yeah, Holland the GOAT, man. Yeah, dude, especially when I tie up my hair. Like if I were to tie up my hair, even more, dude. We get this all the time. Like literally every day. Every day we get the Erling Holland comps, man. Especially with the hair tied up. It's not the best lighting right now, but yeah, man, it's fun. Yeah, we got Jackson in here. Got super lucky, gained JD at the end of 5. That's nice, man. That's really nice. Okay. Pick 11. See what we can do. It's fun drafting at all different points in the draft as well during the stream. Like we started at pick 1. Then I think we got pick 7 and now 11. So, you know, front, middle, back. We're hitting it from all angles tonight. Yeah. But let's get it, folks. Pick 11. See if this one gets a little wild too. The first 2 have been pretty wild, so we'll see what goes. Yeah, Holland is a good comparison. Yeah, man. During like FIFA, I live in Vancouver as well, so we were hosting some FIFA games, and yeah, I was getting the Holland comparisons nonstop. But hey, not a bad person to be compared to. Everyone loves this dude. All right, this draft is very standard so far, except for CD going at 8. But even that, not too out of the ordinary. JT at 9. Is Jonathan Taylor and Ashton Genty going to get drafted in the same draft again? The answer is no, because Genty's not going to get past me, and I am going to take him here over Justin Jefferson. So no Genty and JT, 3 drafts in a row right there. Barkley goes. Are we going to get Jefferson on the way back? I would take Jefferson round 2. Come on now. Kenneth Walker. So, yeah. We get Genty and Justin Jefferson. So, we read that very well. Taking Genty first. Harry the Hammer goes with James Cook, Devon Achane. Fun little week 17. And then Jackson getting JT Hampton, which is a pretty unique combo as well. The Realist saying his first BBM, he got Gibbs, Achane, and Nico. Dude, that's insane. Holy. Hey, congratulations. That's a team that you're not going to be drafting again, most likely. Although, I mean, sometimes Achane falls. If he gets like a couple bad reports from camp or like twists an ankle or something, then he'll fall to the 3rd. CD, most disrespected wide receiver in the league besides JJ. Maybe. I mean, he is still so young. Like, if it was just a down year last year, I personally am a little lower on CD. Mainly just because I like James Cook and Genty more. I just like taking the running backs there a little more than CD or Jefferson. But when they fall, especially, it feels really nice. Yeah, Sanka's right, man. You never know which teams are going to advance. You had Tua and Lamar team get first in a pod last year. Hey, Lamar, the team that I had make the BBM finals 2 years ago, I made the BBM finals, and I had Lamar Jackson and JJ McCarthy. And I drafted that team before JJ McCarthy tore his ACL and was out the whole year. So I had a 0 at quarterback the entire season, and that team made the BBM finals. Not to mention, in the semifinals week, so in week 16, I looked on BBM DB, and that team was number 2 out of over 8,000 teams. So, man, if that was just 1 week later, I would have won 750K US. Sucks. Sucks. 1 week too early, man. But yeah, goes to show one quarterback really can carry your team. Solo quarterback the entire year. Yeah, it's easy to forget what people have done in the league. People have recency bias a lot. And if CD stays healthy, and if Dak stays healthy, because that's another big thing, Dak needs to stay healthy, which he's definitely had his issues in the past, but seemed to come back like last year, just looking really fresh. So I'm not opposed to thinking they could just be a really great offense this year. Okay, 2 picks away. I gotta remember, man, we're drafting with some real sharp people right next to us, so it gets a little tough. Lad is at the top of ADP. Josh Allen goes. I still have a hard time taking Lad, man. I'm going to take Tedero McMillan first. He's just my favorite player to take around the 3-4 turn. I think he has a ton of upside in Carolina. And if their passing volume does happen to increase this year, then, man, wheels up for Tet. If he can manage to get double-digit touchdowns, then I think he's going to have a real great season. And now it's Javonte or Neighbors for me. I think I want to try drafting Neighbors on this team. I have Jefferson, I have Tet, so I feel stronger at receiver. Let's take a share of Malik Neighbors here. Lean into a hero running back with Ashton Genty. I think Javonte is a pretty safe pick, but let's just shoot for the moon a little bit in this draft. Realist, team starting out real funky. Yeah, it happens sometimes, man. With CD, Chase Brown, Higgins. I mean, I like it. I like getting Chase Brown and Higgins on the same team. CD and Chase Brown is a unique start as well. The ETN, I don't quite know how to feel about, but honestly, at least in this fast puppy, his fall is pretty recent, like in the past week. So most of the teams are going to have ETN in the 3rd round. So taking him in the 4th round in this contest specifically, I think makes sense. Now, Jalen Waddle, Garrett Wilson. This guy here got Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall on the same team. I'm not afraid to do that if it comes to me because I don't think it's too bad to pair them together. They're just so talented. Just threw your phone down, your time down. It happens quickly, man. Yeah, we run out of time quickly. Montgomery, Henderson. So we're seeing these running backs go in this draft, which I don't necessarily love when I only have one. I only have Genty. Jackson, though, starting 4 straight running backs with Taylor, Hampton, Kyron, and Javonte. Gonna assume he's done with these four. And then Harry the Hammer as well next to me has James Cook, Achan, Josh Allen, and Cam Scatterbo. And then the guy in the 12 hole has Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, and Lad McConkey. So I am surrounded by high testosterone running back bulls right here. So hopefully at least that helps me get some running back fallers when I'm the only one here that has the hero running back and stronger receivers. So I think that actually works out pretty well for me. And the teams that are stronger at receiver are on the left side of the board. Very interesting how this room is playing out. If you didn't take Javonte, you would have had both Cincinnati boys with both Dallas boys. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Jackson taking Javonte right above. I think Javonte is a much better click than ETN. And dude, this JMO fall, like JMO in the mid 50s is fucking disgusting. Like I want him on every team in the mid 50s. Every single team. Please. I'm expecting DJ Moore to get taken. I'm expecting Lamar to get taken. Although these guys have all running backs, so maybe Lamar will still be there for us. Because if Lamar is there at 59, I'm taking him. DJ Moore does go. Oh my goodness, sniped Harry. And Harry goes Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. My goodness right there. Christian Watson? Sure. I've been tempted to mix in a little more Christian Watson just because maybe he just does stay healthy for a full season and smashes. I could see it. And now what do I want to do? Do I just go full receiver and take Carnell Tate? Could take Jadarian Price as well. Let's try it. Let's take Carnell Tate. Just go like a full hero running back build. I think we did something similar with our Jahmyr Gibbs team. But let's try it with Genty, you know. Let's try one running back, Ashton Genty, and then 5 straight receivers. It also really helps for Neighbors, you know. Maybe this helps Neighbors catch up as well, and I can probably stop at 6 on this team. Justin Jefferson, Ted McMillan, Malik Neighbors, Christian Watson, and Carnell Tate. I think it would be wise to stop at 6 because we're betting that Malik Neighbors, when he comes back, is going to be an elite player. And drafting this many receivers this early, I don't want to overdraft the position when I don't have any quarterbacks. I don't have any tight ends. And I only have one running back. So might be looking at like a 3-6-6-3 type of build. I thought about taking Jadarian Price. I don't think he's bad to take as your second running back. Just betting that he really does just become the true bell cow in Seattle. And if he does, then it's going to pay off that ADP like crazy. But I think it's a fun way to try this out. I was also considering a quarterback. I considered Jaden Daniels because I could even pull up Chig to 134 very easily for a stack. And I could get Diggs playing, you know, maybe Diggs goes to Washington. But when I look at my receivers, I have JJ, Tet, Neighbors, Christian Watson, Carnell Tate. Literally all 5 of these receivers quarterbacks are very, very easy to get with where I'm drafting from. So if I'm already betting on these receivers, I might as well bet on their quarterbacks as well instead of just reaching for a Jaden Daniels, especially when I want 3, most likely. Don't need to take one that early. Sanka saying, has anyone ever won with 3 running backs? I don't know. if you're talking about like any contest ever, like I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't really see people drafting 3 running back teams very often at all. Joe Burrow might have just saved your team with the misclick on ETN. Yeah, Joe Burrow there is nice. I'm a big fan of Burrow round 6. And it's one of those things that's like, it's so easy that it gets a little repetitive taking like Higgins and Burrow or like Chase Brown and Higgins together, these Bengals, but it's dude, they're a top 3 offense in the league. Like they're projected top 5 points scored this year. I think they're number 3 behind Detroit and Baltimore, but yeah, very, very good offense to get pieces of. Now, okay, Quentin Johnston goes. I don't think I'm looking at a quarterback here yet. I think I'm looking at running backs. Harvey Dowdle, if I can get 2 of these guys, I'm pretty happy. I'm not interested in any tight ends here. Kraft is already off the board. And getting a 6th receiver, I think, would be kind of pointless. Like Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, sure, they're spike guys, but I could get Rashid Shaheed 50 picks later. Herbert, Trevor, we don't have stacks with any of those guys. I would rather take the running backs. Let's take Dowdle first, just in case, but I think we should be able to get both pretty easily. We'll see what this guy does right here, but looking at RJ Harvey with our next pick. And this guy goes double receiver, so I'm kind of surprised he passed on Herbert with Ladd, but I'm going to take Dowdle and Harvey as my 2nd and 3rd running backs, and I like it. We don't have any tight ends. We don't have any quarterbacks, but all of our quarterbacks for our 5 receivers are still available. So I like that. And then Genty, Dowdle, and Harvey feel really strong for 3 running backs too. So we're stacking up the skill position players this draft, which I think is a pretty fun way of playing this. Yeah, this draft, people are a little more sober than the last, that's for sure. Talking about getting your running back straight and you're good. Yeah, I think we got our running back straight with this draft. And interesting to see the realist who took QJ pass on Herbert for Sam Laporta instead. Very, very interesting. I'll admit, I might have taken Herbert. If I'm betting on QJ, I think I would take the fall on Herbert because if I could get Kyle Pitts at 104, I like that combination of players a little more. But hey, anytime you're drafting some Lions, you're drafting Sam Laporta, hey, great. I love it. Real estate in our team looks good. Hopefully we can land the plane. But we have a lot of options at quarterback. That's the thing. And the guy right before us, Harry, he has Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. So assuming he's going to be done at 2 quarterbacks, Jackson has Trevor solo, but he has Cortland Sutton. Maybe he takes Bo Nix. I could even take Bo Nix because I have RJ Harvey and he has back stacks. So I have a ton of options. All of my options are still available. It would be a lot of fun to get Dart when I have neighbors. And even like Dart and Kyler could be kind of fun to mix in together. Although, man, Kyler's projection, like we need to look at this, man. I was looking at season-long projections the other day, looking at these futures. I'm trying to click on futures. No, I don't want that. Oh, dude, can you just let me click the button? Why can I not see this, man? I'm trying to click futures. Do we not see this? Anyways, go look for yourself. Kyler Murray's touchdowns is at like 17 and a half. 17 and a half passing touchdowns is not good. And yeah, realist. This is what I'm saying personally. Instead of Laporta, who I love, taking Herbert and then getting Kyle Pitts or Harold Fannin instead, to me feels a lot stronger. Unless you really just wanted to push second quarterback when you have Burrow, which I would understand as well. Oh, Harry. Dude, that was personal, man. I know you have scat, but dude, that was brutal. Snipe me right there. Cold-blooded. I'm gonna take Kyle Pitts first. I'm gonna get my tight end that I want the most, and then I'm gonna come back around for a quarterback. I don't need to take two quarterbacks here. I don't need to force it. Bo Nix goes. I could have taken Bo Nix with Harvey. I think Kyler is just gonna be the pick. Anytime I have Jefferson, it makes sense to take Kyler. We're betting on Jefferson. We're betting on Kyler. So let's lock that up. Jack Harry the Hammer already has Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and then goes ahead and takes Jackson Dart as a third quarterback. He does have Cam Scatterbo, and it's not the first time I've seen people go that crazy on quarterbacks. So, yeah, kind of just sucks for me. All right. I still like my team, though. We have a 1-3-5-1. Kyler Murray at quarterback stacked up with Justin Jefferson, Ashton Genty, Rico Dowdle, RJ Harvey as our three running backs. I like the second-year running backs, Genty and Harvey. Receivers, Justin Jefferson, Ted McMillan, Malik Neighbors, Christian Watson, and Carnell Tate. Really, really strong receiver room and all different bye weeks as well. So the bye week bros should be very happy with this team. We violate the bye weeks very often, but this team's clean. And then Kyle Pitts at tight end. I have so many teams with Kyle Pitts as my first tight end, and it does not get old for me. I'm actually really curious to see my Pitts exposure. I feel like I have a ton of him. Kyle Pitts, I have 13%. Let's see in Best Ball Mania. Best Ball Mania, 12.7. So pretty much the same. Let's see my Laporta. Laporta and Best Ball Mania, I have 9.3 and then 9% overall. So pretty happy with that exposure as well. I have a lot less Harold Fannin. I know that. I like Laporta and Kyle Pitts a lot more than Harold Fannin. Pretty much just because Fannin plays for the Browns. About as simple as that. Falcons, not necessarily much better, but Game Tight asking if we're drafting another. I'm thinking about it. I would have to go use the bathroom first to relieve my bladder. I'm considering it. I'm not sure. We'll see how we feel at the end. We have 24 people watching and 16 likes. If we can get to 24 likes, if we can match the people watching, then I'll definitely do another draft. But if not, then we'll see. I'm not quite sure. The realist destroyed his draft. Uh-oh. Took Gainwell and Baker. I mean, I don't know. I like Gainwell and I like Baker. And I think they do correlate together. Chris Rodriguez, not bad either. Too early to say. Now, I don't. Okay, likely goes to. That sucks, man. Tracy, Coker, Diggs. I don't know if I want another one. I'm going to take Tracy. Let's lock up the running back. And then I think I'm looking at Cam Ward with Carnell Tate for my second quarterback. Jake Ferguson is still here. Wow, Bigsby goes at 133. Holy. Coker Diggs, we could take as number 6, though, and be done. But I want to get Cam Ward as my second quarterback with Kyler Murray to stack up with Carnell Tate instead. Yeah, I think that's the right move to make right there. Even though I do like the value at receiver, we need the quarterback. We've been getting sniped. Not fun. But honestly, cannot blame Harry. Really not the worst. Just not something I would do. Yeah, you got to put it together, man. Hey, if you can just land the plane, that's the thing. Even if it's a Hurricanes, you can land the plane. Like, I don't know if you were in here when I showed the Best Ball Mania that I did last night, but I had to definitely land the plane to Hurricane. I took Purdy and Mahomes as my quarterbacks. I got sniped on other quarterbacks. I got sniped on Joe Burrow. This guy took him naked when I had Jamar Chase just 2 picks later, which sucked. Ended up taking Brock Purdy and Mahomes naked. I was hoping for Pearsall. He goes right after I take Purdy. And then when I took Mahomes, I didn't have any tight ends, so I was hoping for Kelsey. Kelsey goes a few picks before. Kittle goes a few picks before, who I was hoping to stack with Purdy. And I ended up getting Emmett Johnson, Kalen Black as backstack running backs, and then Stribling and Tyquan Thornton as backstack receivers. So it was a little thin, man. A little thin, but at the same time, really not the worst to have in my BBM portfolio. Just because there's going to be a lot of players or a lot of teams that have stacks with, those other guys I was talking about. And maybe not one as thin as mine, where I'm strong at all my other positions as well. So if it works out to where those guys are good, or if they face injuries to their star players, then it still could hit. All right, we're seeing a bunch of receivers go right now. And I got to admit, I'm really hoping the realist is not a 3 quarterback bro, because he took Coker, and I'm really hoping for Bryce Young. So I'm hoping he's not a 3 quarterback bro and wants to reach on Bryce. Daniel Jones is still there, though. You can't really get any backstacks for Daniel Jones, but still some points. He does get taken, though, at 150. Unstacked, but it was this guy's second quarterback. So makes sense. All right, we are 3 picks away right now. We'll see if the realist crushes our dreams getting Bryce Young, which it's kind of sad to say that Bryce Young is the key to my success on this team, but he kind of is. I have Kyler Murray and Cam Ward as my 2 quarterbacks, and then I'm betting big on Tet, betting big on JJ, betting big on Carnell Tate. So hoping to get him, and it looks like we will. And thank goodness. We'll get Bryce Young here as our 3rd quarterback. Not going to try and risk it around the turn. And now, do I want my 6th receiver to possibly be done, or do I take a second tight end? I think it's receiver, and I still just think it's Debo. Flournoy could be some week 17 for us, but man, I'm wondering if I'm clicking Debo too much. It's hard not to here, though. Like, it's really tough not to. And it makes me comfortable enough where I can stop at 6 if I want, but I might still be able to get 7. We'll see. See what I can do with my second tight end. Kyler Murray, Cam Ward, Bryce Young. Not the prettiest quarterback room, but hey, we're making bets on these receivers, so we might as well stack them up together. Also, is this like the smallest quarterback room you can make? Literally, Kyler, Cam Ward, and Bryce Young. I think Cam Ward is probably the tallest. And how tall is he? Like what? How tall is he? Is he like 6'3" or is he shorter? Cam Ward height. 6'2". Oh my god, dude. This is a short ass quarterback room. Kyler, Bryce Young are both like under 6 feet, and then Cam Ward is the giant in the room at 6'2". Oh my god. Oh well. The real is saying Cam Ward's gonna have a breakout year. He definitely could, man. He definitely could. He has the right mindset for it. I will say, like, he's very much growth mindset type of person and wants to improve and get better and everything. So I mean the offense is in a much better situation. Better. I think they improved their offensive line, but their skill position players are definitely better. Adding Carnell Tate and Wandale. Yeah, Brian Dayball calling plays now, and then new head coach Robert Saleh, who just seems like a good leader. So yeah, I'm buying into Cam Ward a little bit. I like Cam Ward, and I think his price and where he goes in drafts is pretty nice to get as like a second quarterback, where you're not paying up nearly as much as the other guys. Everyone was out on Caleb his first year, and between the first and second year drums, usually the biggest. Yeah, exactly. New head coach for Caleb as well. I don't think he's gonna have a Caleb Williams type year. I think Caleb is just a much better talent overall. I don't think anyone would really disagree with that. And Ben Johnson also great play caller. I was really into Caleb last year going into his second season. He was my highest drafted quarterback, I think, actually. So big on Caleb. Now, I really want Dylan Sampson, and I think I could get him because all the guys in front of me are really heavy on running back. So Dylan Sampson would be really nice to add. Or I look at tight ends, one or the other. But if I can get Dylan Sampson as my fifth running back, I will. And then see what I can do at tight end. Hawkinson goes. Hawkinson would have been pretty fun with Kyler Murray as well, even though I'm quite out on him. But when he falls to around pick 180, I'm cool with it. Can we get Dylan Sampson? Yes, we do. Excellent. Now I can stop at 5 running backs and feel very good about it, which opens me up, pause, to taking 7 receivers if I want. I'm going to take another tight end here, and for me, it's Ferguson still. I just like the upside swing. So we're going to take T-Ferg. And now we'll see what we want to do with our last 2 picks. I think we can take a 7th receiver and then a 3rd tight end. I don't think we need 6 running backs. It might be a little thin with 5. Maybe we look at 6, but Ashton Genty, Rico Dowdle, RJ Harvey, Tyron Tracy, and Dylan Sampson. Ooh. Actually, I thought of a 6th running back I could take. Receivers, we have Jefferson, Tet, Neighbors, Christian Watson, Tate, and Debo. You know what? I think I might just stick to my initial plan of stopping at 6. Just thinking about like the Neighbors thesis, when he comes back, we're expecting him just to be, Malik Neighbors. And with how strong the rest of our room is, we're betting on Tet big time because we have him stacked up with Bryce, and we're betting on Tate big time because we have him stacked up with Ward, and same thing with JJ and Kyler. So I think we lean into that a little bit. Slayton saying I definitely want a 7th receiver and 3rd tight end. Maybe it's 7 receivers or 6 running backs. Genty, Dowdle, Harvey, Tracy, Sampson. Honestly, it really is enough to stop at 5. Especially when, this is a puppy. right? 200K to first, 375 seat final. We do kind of want to draft like we're right. And, having spike league options at receiver is really useful. So you might have a point. I don't know. I'm going to draft my tight end first, and then we'll see who's available at receiver and at running back. But you might be right. The seventh receiver might be more useful. And I don't think there's any stacks worth taking. Like, we could take a Chris Brazzle with Bryce Young. I'm not really too into it. I don't know if I want that on this team. We could take another Tennessee receiver in like Shimray DK or Alec Almanor if we want to go with that. Actually, you know what? Brazzle might not be bad on this team. Brazzle might not be bad as like a, just a late rookie upside swing. We'll see. Tight end, Jatavian Sanders plays for Carolina, but I'm not interested in that. We're 2 picks away, man. If I could get Pat Freiermuth at 203, I will be so happy. These guys both have 3 tight ends, so I'm hoping they don't take a 4th. Pat Bryant goes. Harry the Hammer already has 3 tight ends. He doesn't need 4. Let me have Pat Freiermuth. I'm holding my breath. And Jacoby Lane goes. So Pat Freiermuth, come on down as tight end 3. But let's see. Who do I want to take as a 7th receiver? I like Kayshon Boutte. Tyquan Thornton's kind of interesting. Keenan Allen. I don't know if we need an old, though. Or running back, it's either Kalen Black or, if we really want to get weird, Trevor Etienne. It's Kayshon Boutte or Kalen Black, Trevor Etienne. I'm taking Kalen Black. Potential 0. I know, but hey, I'm making the bet on him this year. Y'all know that. And here's the thing. Round 18, I feel like I have a bit of a luxury pick. And I know Sladen says Boutte, but if Kalen Black actually does end up hitting and being the league winner, I would be so upset because he could be the reason that this team wins. Especially with a running back room like this. The real reason, though, is it's just Neighbors. This is what it comes down to. It's Malik Neighbors. That's the only reason why I'm comfortable stopping at 6. Is because I'm betting that when he comes back, he is Malik Neighbors of old. And if he is, then he's a round 1 talent and my team smashes. Not to mention the stacks that I have. Jefferson, Tate. I'm making big bets on all these guys with their quarterbacks and outperforming their ADP. So if that happens, I don't know if I need 7. I'm okay with playing it a little thin and just taking the, late dart throw with Black. I think we're okay. Yeah, that's the thing. If he hits, he hits. Got to respect the gamble. Old man asking how many teams you're at. You're at 65. Last year you did 5. Hey, that's a big step up from 5. 65 is respectable. I am at 368. And then I also have done 77 eliminators. So I'm around like 450 drafts. Actually, I think that's 450. Yeah, almost 450 exactly. But yeah, pretty sicko behavior, man. And I'm very happy that we got Muth. I know my 5 running backs are good, and usually, yeah, I would stop on that. It's just it's neighbors. Booty has been like my preferred round 18 click recently. I just don't think he's going to be a 0. Maybe it's some week 17 correlation with RJ Harvey, you know? But who knows if he's even in New England. I'm okay with this team. Let's do a little recap. We got Kyler Murray, Cam Ward, and Bryce Young as our quarterbacks. Running backs, Ashton Genty, Rico Dowdle, RJ Harvey, Tyron Tracy, and Dylan Sampson. Caitlin Black, random dart throw. If he's a 0, he's a 0. But leaning into our really strong 6 receivers, Justin Jefferson, Ted McMillan, Malik Neighbors, Christian Watson, Carnell Tate, and Debo Samuel. I'm also just betting Debo Samuel is good this year. Having Debo as my 6th is another reason I feel comfortable stopping at 6, because I think he can give us some nice floor and be consistent this year as well. He wasn't bad last year, man. He wasn't bad, especially if he goes like back to Washington, or if he goes to, I mean, honestly, pretty much anywhere. He's a fine pick. But I like Debo. Baltimore might be like the bad landing spot for him. Tight ends, Kyle Pitts, Terrence Ferguson, Pat Frymuth. Really happy with Pat Frymuth falling back to us at pick 203. I think that helped a ton with this team. So feel really strong overall. Really, really strong team. Old man saying he won an MLB with 5 entries. Thought he would do the same with NFL. Realized it's way bigger competition. Yeah, NFL is a little different. Jackson, oh my goodness, went from 5 last year to 350 this year. Yeah, dude, you catch the bug quickly. You catch the bug quite quickly. And yeah, no badge for Jackson yet, but sounds like it's going to be coming pretty soon, my friend, with that black badge. Realist saying some of the teams we drafted or you did right after the Super Bowl are really sick. Waddle at 77, DJ Moore in the 80s, Evans in the 60s. Yeah, there was some crazy, crazy values back then. And one reason it's always nice to draft early. Now, question is, do I want to do another draft? How many likes did we get? We are at 19, so we didn't hit the goal for an automatic one. I'm not sure. Let me see how many are in a BBM. Let me see. Waiting for 11. Okay, well, not doing a BBM. You know what? I think I am just going to end it there tonight. We'll pick it up tomorrow and do another nice long stream. You know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm doing another one. That's some bitch shit. We're out here drafting tonight. It's fucking late at night, okay? Sorry, switching up real quick, but you know what? Right as I was saying that, I'm like, that's weak. And we're waiting for one, unfortunately. So only one more person could get in here. But you know what? Screw it, dude. We're drafting tonight, okay? Drafters draft. We're at pick 6. Harry the Hammer got in here. Back in here. Taking my quarterbacks. And yeah, man. Fuck it, dude. We ball. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Wish more you could have got in here. But whatever, man. Let's just rip another draft tonight. I think after I make my first pick, I might go use the bathroom though. I don't want to sit here and suffer. Then we can't think straight, you know? And yeah, happy to be up providing the entertainment. The thing is, like this week, my job is shift work. And this week I was working nights. And next week I'm working nights as well. So my shift is 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. this past week. So I'm kind of used to being up at this time right now anyways. So it's not too bad. Yeah, missed it again, game tight. But unfortunately, waiting for one was out of my control. Respecting the grind. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, out here grinding, and I think we're gonna be, repaid because of it. January 4th, 2027, I will realize my life-changing money. $2 million is waiting, and I'm excited for it. All right, this draft is underway. What is this guy's name? One must win to be champ. Ooh, yay. All right. It's a very long name. It's not often you see the player box get stretched out like that. Pause. We're at pick 6. Is this the draft where we just get a little weird? Maybe. We gotta watch out for Harry the Hammer and him loving quarterback. Also, there's another team, Peyton the Legend Manning. We have two extremely long names in this draft. Just stretching out the draft board. um, I have a hard time passing on St. Brown. Always feels nice. Let's get a little weird though. Let's pull up James Cook. Take James Cook at pick 6. I like doing this sometimes. And I see a lot of people take Ashton Genty with, pick 5 or pick 6. But no one really pulls up James Cook all that often. And he quietly has RB1 upside. So I'm actually not afraid to mix him in. I've done it in a couple BBMs recently as well. I'll show you guys. I've done one where I took Cook at 5 and then one where I took Cook at 6. So they turned out to be some pretty unique teams, and I'm happy with it. I think one of them that I did in the puppy actually, maybe I'll find it later, but there's one that I did in the puppy where I took Cook at pick 5 or pick 6. And then I also got Jeremiah Love in round 3 at pick 29 or 30. So getting like a James Cook, Jeremiah Love with another second round pick, who I think it was AJ Brown as well. So like James Cook, AJ Brown, Jeremiah Love, really, really unique start. Although I will say, if you could get Jeremiah Love in the 3rd, having him with Genty feels even stronger because of that week 17 matchup. But I've also done it where I take Genty, at pick 12 or whatever. And then I just take Jeremiah Love in the 2nd round, pull him all the way up. It's another way to do it. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad play. So looking at who's going to be available for us, we see the usual running back options. And I think I'm just going to be boring and take whoever's at the top. Chase Brown, Derrick Henry. I'll take whoever's there. Derrick Henry it is. I don't have much of him. I think I literally have 2 or 3% Derrick Henry. So I'm happy to get a share here. With James Cook too, it is unique. You don't see a lot of James Cook, Derrick Henry. And then maybe we can get lucky and get a falling value round 3 and have a really unique team because of that. That's the goal with taking James Cook where we did. And yeah, Derrick Henry, 2.4%. So we're probably going to round that up to about 3 now. And then even Hunter Henry, man, only 3% Hunter Henry. Little low on him. Okay, Bowers off at 22. Smith and Pickens go. Don't love to see that. Jacob. I see this guy in my late night drafts all the time. I am no stranger to the late night streets. I do a ton of best ball manias at like midnight, 1 a.m. because you see some crazy stuff, man. You do. And I see this guy, Jacob, in a ton of my drafts. He's always up late night drafting as well. That's the thing, too, when you're drafting like really late at night, especially around this time, it's 1:44 a.m. on the West Coast. You see a lot of the same people drafting. And also, dude, shout out to everyone watching, man. It's 1:45 a.m. and we got 26 people in here. So shout out to all you. And if you're on the East Coast, you are a real sicko. You're a real one. And I appreciate you. Now, I really want Jeremiah Love or Trey McBride on this team with James Cook or Derrick Henry. See what we can do. Team with Bowers and Chase takes Love, which, I mean, is a great pick. Brock Bowers, Jeremiah Love, really, really fun Week 17 matchup. Zay Flowers goes, and then Breece Hall goes. So it looks like Trey McBride is still there. Now, we're going to be in a bit of a squeeze at receiver. Little tough, but I'm willing to try it out. You know, the puppy's almost full. We can get some unique teams. Trey McBride has been falling, but it's not too often he falls to like the 3-4 turn. I have seen him in the 4th round, though, a couple times, which is pretty wild. But we'll try this out, man. And now the hope is that we can get one of these pocket of receivers like a JMO or Adams at 54. If we can get 2 of these receivers before this fall off, if we can get 2 by JMO, then I'll be really, really happy with that. And man, if y'all could do me a favor and go down, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new, even if you're coming back regularly, make sure you're subscribed because a lot of people aren't actually subscribed, even if they think they are. So, you know, take a little look, hit that button. We're streaming every single day, all different times. No one else is doing it like us, man. No one else is streaming at 2 a.m. All right, but we're out here doing it for the people and getting in these plus EV draft rooms as well. Slayton in another puppy at the turn took Cook Genty, Harvey Burrow Higgins, Herb Ladd. Pretty fun right there. I love when I can get Cook and Genty. If I get Cook and Genty on the same team, I am so happy about that. And I've been talking about this Garrett Wilson fall, man. I want some of the Garrett Wilson fall. And thank you, we get it. Nice to have him here as our first receiver. He is just so talented and a true wide receiver 1 on his team. The thing is, where I took Cook at 6, you could take this same team anywhere else, like in the back end of the draft. You could get the same start. So it does lose a little bit of uniqueness. Like in the 3rd round, if I could have gotten, you know what, man? Honestly, I might have to get bold enough one time and take Cook or Genty at 2. I can't do it ahead of Gibbs, but I might actually do it sometime over Bijan just because the pockets of receivers that you get. You know, I was talking about that with, I think earlier in the stream, or it was with BBG, but where you can get like Pickens, Smith, Rice, Nico, usually 2 of those guys with your running back, having that combination with just any other running back, whether even CMC, if you want to pull up CMC and get that combination. But Cook and Genty would just be really, really unique for it. And I'm kind of with it. Oh, dang. We really are getting thin at receiver. And I think we just lean into it more, honestly. Let's take Trevion. Sure. Yeah, we're fading receiver clearly in this draft, which I don't love doing. But we'll try it out, man. I mean, pretty much the opposite of the team we did in our last draft. So we'll see if we can land this plane. I don't take a lot of McBride. I don't take a lot of Henderson, but we pulled up James Cook. So I do want to get a little unique and lean into that. And if I just took DJ Moore, I mean, DJ Moore and James Cook are paired together all the time. There's going to be a lot less teams that have Travion Henderson with James Cook, and they do play each other in the same division. So just for that uniqueness, I want to take him there. But we really need to hammer the receiver position now. Maybe even look at 9. We'll see. running back room from 4 months ago. Jamar Chase, pick 9. That's disgusting. That I don't even want to read the rest of this out loud, man. That's nutted. Would like to see some of my teams from when we first started and how much value scooped. Yeah, I definitely could do that sometime. Take a little deep dive. I've looked at some of my older best ball manias and stuff. I haven't really looked at too much pre-draft. I know I have some banger teams pre-draft though, but I also missed out on a lot of value. I was talking about this with BBG as well. Okay, Parker goes. I'm just going to take Tyson. We need receiver. Maybe Jordan Tyson can stay healthy. And number 8 overall pick. Maybe he lives up to it. We'll take him here. We desperately need a receiver, so not going to be too picky. But I haven't looked out much of my teams from the big board, and I missed out on a lot of CLV on injured guys because I was not taking a lot of them. I wasn't taking Kittle or Brooks in the 150s, which, I mean, you got like 50 picks CLV on that. Although I was taking a lot of Josh Downs, who rose like crazy as well. Pollard, Caleb off the board. What's up, Shamrock? Asking if Jacobs is going to rise up the board. I mean, if you get a report that the NFL has concluded its internal investigation on Josh Jacobs and that it's confirmed he's facing no suspension, then yeah, he's going to shoot up the board. He'll probably go around like where Breece Hall is going. I would guess kind of middle of the third would be my bet for that. Now we're 1 pick away. DK Metcalf would, yeah, he's very necessary on this team. We need to catch up at receiver. Getting DK there at 78 definitely helps. And I don't even know what I'm going to do at quarterback because I don't like relying on Geno. Tyler Shuck is okay. Aaron Rodgers for DK. And then Trey McBride would be Jacoby Brissett. So pretty weak quarterback options. Might have to get a little creative. We'll see. We'll figure it out, man. We'll try some things. What's your weirdest exposure glitch? For me, I was shocked to find out that in 180 super flexes, you had taken 2% Dimes, 9% Leonard. Damn. A lot around 20 drafts, but still shocked me. I don't know. I haven't looked at it too much. There's definitely some discrepancies based on tournaments and dollar amounts. I think there's some quarterbacks that I've been a little surprised about, but I'm pretty aware of my exposures. I know like Herbert and Trevor are 2 that I want more of at quarterback. And man, these quarterbacks are going quick in this draft. Don't love to see that because I don't have any and I don't really have the best options. That's okay. We'll land the plane. Harvey and Dowdle off the board as well. I like both of those running backs. I'm still looking at a receiver right here, though, pretty easily. Sutton, Godwin, Addison, Downs. I think I just take one of these guys. Not going to be too picky. I really like Michael Pittman, but I have DK Metcalf. So I think it makes sense to take one of these guys instead. Chris Godwin gets taken. I was going to say he would fit this team really well. Josh Downs, Jordan Addison. Oh, gosh. I think I have to go with Addison. Even though Josh Downs feels like a safer click, Addison, we need some upside. Is some week 17 with Garrett Wilson as well. Little Minnesota and Jets correlation. Let's see. The guy with Justin Jefferson only has Patrick Mahomes, and he reached on Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to take it that this guy just wants his quarterbacks. So if I want Kyler, I'm going to have to just take Kyler at my next pick. And I might do that. I don't really have any other quarterback options. I can get Shuck later. I don't really care about ADP at this point. If Brock Purdy falls to me, I would love to take Purdy because he's really easy to backstack as well. Dart is an option because he's also really easy to backstack. Goff gets taken, so I'm definitely taking a quarterback with my next pick no matter what. Purdy goes, don't love to see that. Pearsall's still here. Nice value in the 100s, but Dart or Kyler is the pick for me. I mean, honestly, I think I'm just going to take Dart. I know I took Jordan Addison. I took him with the intention that I might be able to take Kyler Murray on the way back. I just think Dart's better at this point in his career, and I think he's ascending, whereas Kyler is descending, or at least has been. And you never know. There's still a chance that Kyler could fall back to me, even though I think he's going to get taken by this guy at 12 who his name is literally Got Ham Guy. What is that name? Got Ham. Glad to know. Realist saying he would have taken Downs or Wilson. Yeah, the Downs definitely makes sense just because like when my receiver room is so thin, taking more of a spike week guy in Addison might not be so strong, but it was pretty much for the chance that I could get Kyler, and we do see Kyler go here at 108, which I'm not surprised about, but we'll take Dart. Kittle also pulled up right here. Might even look at another quarterback, although Wandale, kind of hard to pass up on. I think the pick is just Wandale. I still need receiver. Let's not overthink it. Just take Wandale. And then I want Shuck on the way back. The team with Chris Olave is on the right side of the board. So I think there's a good chance we can get Shuck, who has been falling a lot. Shuck has the same bye week as Jackson Dart, but I'm probably looking at 3 quarterbacks on this team anyways. Maybe even a Cam Ward with Wandale, or we can get a third quarterback in Rodgers or Geno. We have a lot of options, but feels a lot better being at 5 receivers now. We have Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, and Wandale Robinson. So I think we actually caught up really well at receiver. Having 5 by Wandale still feels pretty strong. And then Garrett Wilson, I mean, he's a stud. Jordan Tyson, number 8 overall pick. DK Metcalf has just been pretty good in the league for a long time. Okay, bummer to see Shuck get taken. Don't love that. Who has Carnell Tate? Where did Carnell Tate go? I don't see Carnell Tate. I can't find it. JCM. Yeah. I'm going to take JCM right here. Because now I can stop at 4 running backs if I want to. And I actually might. James Cook, Derrick Henry, Travion Henderson, and Ja'Cory Groski-Merritt. I might actually stop at 4 and go really thin. We'll see. I have that option, though. I could have taken a fall in Casey Concepcion. I just don't feel too good about it. I love Rashid Shaheed. Diggs should go up in value as well. But when I'm getting really strong in a position, like when I took James Cook, Henry, and Henderson, I want to make sure I'm extremely strong in that position. Now, I will say, I don't love seeing C-Rod, Tracy, and Missile still here, but I do think Ja'Cory Groski-Merritt has a lot more upside than those guys because he really could just be the number one for his team. And that's really the direction I've been leaning in recently. So I like me some JCM. Could have taken Shaheed though with a Darnold backstack potentially, but I am hoping for Cam Ward when I have Wandale Robinson. I still didn't see where Carnell Tate went. Okay, Carnell Tate went at pick 50. That's why I didn't see him on the left side of the board. So Jacob reached up big time for Carnell Tate. And okay, Tracy is still here, which I don't love to see. Although I wanted a quarterback with my next pick anyway, so it's either JCM or Tracy straight up, and I'm taking JCM. Cam Ward again as my number 2. This time we have him stacked up with Wandale instead of Carnell Tate like we did earlier. What's up, little Dallas Cowboy? Yeah, we still out here, man. We still rolling. Saying last call was 15 minutes ago. Yeah, dude. It's we're going hard out here, man. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, so shout out to the people still watching. Although I will say I do see the viewers are quickly dwindling, which I'm not surprised about, man. I'm sure a lot of people who are, allegedly watching the stream right now have fallen asleep. But hey, at least it's good for our viewer retention stats, and the YouTube algorithm. So we'll take that. Real is saying only 34 teams last year, but 19 made it to the playoffs. This year, 269. Damn. That's pretty good, man. Pretty good advance rate for a low sample right there. CJ Stroud is still available if I want a third quarterback now. But I think I push it. And I think I go with a receiver first. I don't know if I need another tight end yet. Tucker has been my guy. Also opens up another quarterback for us. So let's take Trey Tucker. And then I think I'm still looking at another receiver. Probably Debo, if I'm being honest. I still really like Debo. But we'll put Stroud in the queue as well. I haven't won any contests yet. I've had some success, like placing fairly high in some contests. But hopefully this year is my real year, man. I think I'm drafting pretty well this year. I feel good about it. And I actually don't have like extremely strong player takes this year and stands like I have in years past. But I think I'm just drafting really good teams that make sense. And I think that's just a good way to play it, The realist is here at 5 a.m. Damn. Respect. You never bet, but you could do it with this content. Yeah, it's hey, like you've seen in the chat, we've had someone say they did 5 teams last year and now they're at like 300 this year or something. And then the realist saying something similar. You get caught up real quick in it, man. It's addicting. I think everyone will tell you that. So be careful. Especially at first too, like you should expect to lose money because there's definitely a learning curve. So if you haven't gotten into this as far as drafting yourself yet and you're just consuming content, it's definitely a great idea to like actually study it first before you jump in there, because there's a lot of like game theory and little details to find some edges in. I definitely donated a ton when I first started. Like my first 2 years, I would say I donated. Well, my first 2 years I lost money. And then my third year I made a good amount of profit. And then last year was my fourth year and I lost some money again. So 3 out of 4 years I've lost money. Like straight up. No hiding that. But best ball is really hard to actually see profit in, especially the tournaments I'm doing. Like I'm maxing Best Ball Mania. I'm trying to win that 2 milli. and even just making the finals in that is really difficult, but I like my chances. I do. All right. And if y'all have not done so already, do me a favor, go down, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new. Even if you've been here before, make sure you subscribe, man. We're streaming every single day, drafting some good teams and having a great time doing it. Third quarterback range. Man, if Tank Bigsby's here, though, I'm taking Tank. I know I was saying I could be done at 4, but Tank at 174, yeah, I'm not passing on that. We're taking Tank Bigsby as our 5th running back. No hesitation. And we're going to cross our fingers that we can get either Mendoza or Rogers on the way back as a third quarterback. We do have Trey Tucker, who we took to open up Mendoza, and then we do have DK, who would stack with Rogers. And even if we get desperate, we do still have Jacoby Brissett break glass in case of emergency with Trey McBride. So I think with my last 3 picks, I'm looking at 1 quarterback, 1 receiver, and 1 tight end. I definitely feel like I caught up at receiver very well on this team with Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Wandale, Trey Tucker, and Deebo Samuel. Feels like a really, really strong 7, where arguably you could stop at 7 if you want. But we can afford 8 because Trey McBride is my only tight end. I am very happy stopping at 2 tight ends when I have Trey McBride, regardless of who my second is. I literally don't care. I might take Theo Johnson as my second tight end with Dart and be done at 2. Looks like we have a good chance of getting Mendoza or Rogers. We're 3 picks away. These guys, all three of these guys only have 2 quarterbacks. Maybe, but Mendoza or Rogers, I would be very, very happy with. Who would I prefer? I don't know. Would I prefer Mendoza or would I prefer Rogers? We have our choice. I've taken Rogers more just because he's going to start the whole year. And we don't know how much Mendoza is actually going to play. I'm going to take Rogers. Also because I have Jackson Dart. Dart has, injury concerns and concussion concerns. He might miss some games this year. Dart, if it's going to be early in the season, Rogers can help recover for us. I know Mendoza's here, and I want to be more in on Mendoza. It's just hard for me to take him over Aaron Rodgers when I know Aaron Rodgers is starting the whole year. If he stays healthy, he's starting the whole year. So he ends up going here at 190. Now I'm really hoping a tight end comes back to me. Terrence Ferguson, Pat Freiermuth are still on the board. Freiermuth would be another really fun stack with Rodgers, but I would be Terrence Ferguson over him. And if I get one of these 2, then yeah, I'll be very, very happy with how his team's coming together. And then round 18, what I'm going to be looking at for sure is a Giants wide receiver. Mooney or Fields, maybe even Slayton. But taking one of these Giants receivers round 18 when I have Dart just makes sense to me. And we're going to get one of these tight ends. Let's go. We get Terrence Ferguson. Love it. With McBride, get the high upside player. We already have Rodgers stacked up, so we don't need Pat Freiermuth. Mooney goes, so he's not an option, but Malachi Fields, Darius Slayton. I'm going to take one of these guys. I think I would rather take the rookie in Fields just because we've seen Slayton. He's nothing special. And yeah, that's how we're going to end this draft off pretty easily. It's a fun team. Very different for how I build usually, but I think we landed the plane pretty easily, and we got some really strong values. Quarterbacks, we have Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, Aaron Rodgers. I will say it feels a little shaky. but we're trying different things, okay? Running backs, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Travion Henderson, Corey Crossy-Merritt, and Tank Bigsby. Very, very, very strong running backs. We pulled up James Cook to 6. It is unique getting Henderson with him. Henry's not with James Cook as much. And then Tank Bigsby's always fun to pair with James Cook just because James Cook and Saquon Barkley get paired together so often. So in case something does happen to Saquon, if he doesn't pan out, having Tank with guys he normally goes with is a fun way to play it. And then receivers, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Wan'Dale Robinson, Trey Tucker, Deebo Samuel, and then we're going to add on Malachi Fields or Darius Slayton. I will take Fields ahead of Slayton. And then Trey McBride and Terrence Ferguson as our tight ends. Getting McBride, anytime I invest that much in him, I'm going to wait a while for my second in Terrence Ferguson. And we're going to take Malachi Fields to cap it off. Little rookie upside to stack with Dart. So we have Dart stacked up with just Malachi Fields, which is fine. Cam Ward is stacked up with Wan'Dale, and then Rodgers is stacked up with DK. Also, some Week 17 correlation with Pittsburgh and Tennessee. We got some Week 17 correlation with Minnesota and the Jets. I think that might be it. Might be it for the Week 17 correlation, but yeah, I like how this team came together. And Tank Bigsby at 174. Don't see that too often anymore. So really like how that came together. The realist is a fan of the Rodgers pick. Yeah, having Mike McCarthy in there as well for some familiarity with Aaron Rodgers definitely helps for him. So yeah, that's definitely going to do it for me today. I just realized I still didn't go take a piss either, so I got to go do that. But yeah, man, it is 2:12 a.m. So we're capping this one off. Come back tomorrow, man. We stream every single day. I love you. Joy is beautiful. And we are going to end this stream. Get some sleep, y'all. Hey, damn it. Hey, down. Hey, boy. Yo. Oh, oh, dude, I just fell off my stool too. Yo, what a way to end this stream. Okay.